Hi, class. So I am going to be trying to use this new program to bring you a series of videos in today's PowerPoint. So if the PowerPoint does not just play on its own, just be sure to go to each slide and play the movie. Every slide is a movie, either a movie of me explaining slides or an actual movie. So Zeus is going to be helping me here with our lesson today. He went out on assignment with me to bring you some science. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be studying bridges, which I'm really excited about. Bridges are a thing of both beauty, function, and physics. And so I think this one here, hopefully when you look at that picture, you not only are amazed, but lots of good questions start popping into your head about the bridge itself and why it looks the way it does and how it works, like what makes bridges be as stable as they are. If you wonder why we're studying bridges, so if you think back in September when we built our catapults, if you look in your book, Unit 1, the actual theme of that chapter was bridges. And as a school district, we decided to focus on catapults, and so we skipped a lot of the information that had to do with bridges. So I'm really excited to go back and study them now as a way to review some of our physics on forces and to also be able to learn some new physics. So here's a picture of a very, very old bridges. Of course, bridges have been around for a very long time. This one is over 800 years old and it's still standing as it was built, like it has not been renovated. And we have old bridges all across, and we have many new and amazing modern bridges also. Some of the basic structure is the same, and then of course there's been many new materials and technologies that have helped us improve on the basic bridges of old. Here's a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge in California. It crosses the bay at San Francisco. Beautiful, beautiful bridge. And I have to tell you that these type of things are why I went into science. It wasn't really the math formulas and things like that, although I enjoy those. I would look at a picture like this and just be amazed and awed at the beauty, and then my mind would start asking questions. Everything from about the bridge and why it works and why it doesn't wobble, and to the clouds, why are they not touching the water but they're almost touching the water, to the color of the sky. All of it left me with questions, and then I get excited about math that helps me answer those questions. So that's what brought me to science, is really beauty. So bridges for me are a very fun thing to be studying. They're both very scientific, functional, and beautiful. So here's a bridge in Greece, very different looking, but once again, those tall spikes you see are not just for decoration, although we will be watching someone talking about how there's bridges are both functional and beautiful, and that's how they think it should be. So next is going to be on a new slide, a video of me and Zeus. So throughout this PowerPoint, I have some live videos that I shot while me and Zeus were on different bridges around the Everett area. So like I said in this PowerPoint, that when this video is over, go to the next slide if it does not autoplay, and just play the next video. Each slide will be a video for you to listen to. So I hope you like this, have fun, and let's see what we talked about when me and Zeus were on the bridge. We talked about these at the beginning of the year, but didn't really focus on how they work. So here we are on the bridge in Everett over the railroad track. Here's my buddy Zeus. Come on, Zeus. He used to be afraid of bridges because, you know, as a dog, he had no idea how they were being held up. So when he would look over the edge at how far, yes buddy, yes buddy, he would look over the edge like he's doing now at how far it is below, and this would kind of freak him out. But now, being an educated dog, he is perfectly comfortable on bridges, and so he's learned to trust them, but he still doesn't understand them like most of us. So our first little assignment is going to be, here I am looking down from the bridge over the railroad tracks. Here comes the train below us. So our first assignment that I'm going to be posting here is going to be
doing a little bit more learning about what keeps bridges up, why they don't fall down, how they're made, etc. So tomorrow we'll check in again and see what you found out. Here we are going down from the bridge. You can see it's quite pretty, and there's really just no people around here on this trail, which makes it a perfect place for a classroom.
So the next video that you'll see on the next slide is Zeus when he was just a tiny little, like 45-pound puppy, and he was really afraid to go over this bridge because you could see through it. So he could see the ground below, which was actually pretty far down there. A river was down there, and he didn't know what steel was, and so the fact that this is a steel bridge and would certainly hold him was beyond what he could understand. But now he's gotten used to steel and trust it when he walks across it. So when we study bridges, we were not able to use steel long time ago, and now that is one of the key features that lets us build very vast and large bridges compared to what we used to be able to build. But even before steel, bridges were being made, and a lot of it had to do with the structure of the bridge. So like I said, when this video is over, just go ahead and click on the next slide and you'll be able to watch the video of Zeus. Thank you.
Come on, across, there you go, good boy. Good puppy, good dog. Yes, he's up.
Hi, so this next video is just very subjective. Do you remember what that word means? It just means it's not a fact that these are the 20 most amazing bridges, but these are some pretty amazing bridges. And so I just want you to watch it. It's about 2 minutes long, and obviously just enjoy the view, but at the same time, be making mental note of all the different shapes and sizes and things you might notice that are similar between some of the bridges. So once again, when this video finishes, just go ahead and go to the next slide and play the video from the next slide. I know it's a little awkward, just trying to figure out how to embed videos within videos, and might not be the best way, but it's what I'm figuring out for now. So finish this video and then go to the next slide, and there'll be the actual YouTube video of the most beautiful bridges. All right, thanks. Bye.
So have you ever stopped to think about how do they decide what type of bridge to build? So here's one that you can see with big old concrete pillars going into the water, and there's a dog.
So this next short little video gets again at definitions of bridges. So here's Zeus going across a very large bridge. Would this match your definition of what you say a bridge is? So as we looked at various examples of what is and is not a bridge, kind of think about what it is that they all have in common and what makes you define them as such. So this next video was taken when Zeus again was just a tiny pup, about 60 pounds in this picture. And I kind of gets with what I asked you last time. What is even the definition of a bridge? Because he actually is sitting on a rock bridge of sorts in the middle of a raging river, and a waterfall's not too far away, but we were being safe. So as you kind of watch this silly video, think to yourself, what makes a bridge a bridge? And again, just go ahead and finish this video and then go to the next slide and play it if it does not auto play on your Zeus This is how we gotta be careful. So this is a picture that some of you might recognize. It's the floating bridge or walkway at the North Creek Trail that heads out from behind Mill Creek Town Center. And if you keep going on it for a long way, you're on this floating bridge. So that's one way of doing a bridge. Also, I don't know if you define this as a bridge or a trail. So later on during our assignment, you are going to have to come up with some definitions for bridges.
So here we have a very different kind of bridge. This is the Deception Pass Bridge. I'll try to get you some different views of it. It's a gorgeous bridge in Washington. So there's a picture of it a little bit further away, so you can see what we were looking at. We'll get closer for you to get to see an underneath picture of how this bridge is made. There goes the car across. All right. So here's another kind of bridge, and it is a bridge even though it's low to the ground. And you have to wonder, what are the limitations of this kind of bridge? It's pretty long. It's wooden. and it certainly keeps us above the ground, but obviously can't be used for lots of different applications. So your goal is going to be to find out when we use different bridges at different times. Okay, and here you can see we're at Spencer Island, which is in Everett, and there's not too many people here. It's not a very popular park at all, so you can easily walk without getting anywhere close to 6 feet from somebody. So this bridge isn't very big. You can see it's wooden, but it does have the overhead supports as opposed to the supports we saw on the Deception Pass Bridge. So let's think about bridges.
So as you saw from the video, there's a lot of different shapes and sizes of bridges. Here are 6 of the most common types of bridges. So as you look at those, do you recognize any of the pictures that I saw that I showed you today? So like the bridge the Deception Pass Bridge, which one would you say it is on this screen? I think it's probably up here, the Arch Bridge. What about the Golden Gate Bridge? Which one would it be? Or what about the one even in Everett that we were at this morning when we videoed? So your assignment is going to be on Canvas, and you're going to be looking at these different types of bridges and finding examples of them and also figuring out how they work. I'll be posting additional information each day, so don't forget to check back in on Tuesday. But for today, go to your Canvas assignment and it will tell you what you need to do. It's going to be around learning about the different types of bridges there are. I hope you enjoyed this. It's not the smoothest thing I've ever done, and hopefully again with time things will get better. And I'm hoping at the end of the week we will definitely make a plan to have a